family. It is Arhinna, and this week we're going to be doing the Oracle read a little bit different. It's similar to what I do on Instagram where you get to pick a row, any row, but this week I'm going to be doing it something different. Let me know if you guys like it. I wanted to incorporate more of the Shamans Oracle and some other aspects of what I like to play around with on Instagram. So, however, super great big hugs, guys. What a wonderful week we have ahead of us. October's coming to a close. I hope that you're picking out that really sexy Halloween costume or creating a super creative one. I'm all about the Halloween costumes. I think it's so much fun. However, I hope you guys are getting ready for a wonderful, wonderful time. It's getting closer to the end of the year and new opportunities. Think about the great things that we can start planting for next year. All right, so this read is for the week of October 17th through, I think, the 24th of the through the 24th, I think. And I want to start off with what I have in front of us. We have the Shaman's Oracle by John Matthews and Will Kinghan. So this is going to show us Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, we should be working with the Ancestor of Knowing. And if you've watched my channel before, you kind of know that these cards are significant to the spirit guides that will be walking with us during the week. So don't be surprised, my friends, if you get in some serious information, some illumination is coming through, because this is the owl totem. So someone close to you may be deceiving you, or even yourself. Guys, whenever I'm talking about deceiving, you have to understand that we ourselves are sometimes our own worst enemies. We're the ones that say, oh, everything's perfectly fine, and inside we're just like, help me. So read about the owl totem this week. Dig deep, okay? This is the ability to see what most can't see, to extract the secrets. This is like the high priestess, the moon card, that kind of energy. Illumination, guys. Trust your gut, all right? This is about having clear-sightedness and knowledge with understanding, and also having warrior insight, because you're going to know, you know what's coming, but you're also preparing yourself for the outgo of it. So the owl is letting you know to let go of an area of your life that needs to die, because a lot of times they believe that the owl is the bringer of death. This is the night eagle, able to see through the night, able to know what's going on, extracting secrets, getting the knowledge, but also realizing that there's something that has to change. Transformation must occur, okay? Now, by Wednesday, we have a different kind of energy that's coming in. So you might be receiving some energy that's coming around reconciliation. Do you need to make a reconciliation with yourself or with someone else? Because remember, forgiveness equals what? Freedom. So it's all about understanding the things we can't change. Like, for example, loss, death, changes in the amount of money that we're making, you know, the flux and fauna kind of situation. It's also an essential part of life is to journey and channel and to learn different ways of working with others and of working with ourselves, okay? So this is balance being restored, anger's being resolved. Hallelujah, right? That's what I'm talking about. Peacemaking, bringing on the harmony, and resolving the confusion. So whether this is with somebody or at work or with yourself, be prepared to have that forgiving heart. Like, you're going to get the information on Monday. By Tuesday, I'm giving you some chance to work with it. I didn't pull a card for Tuesday, so that, you know, we can think about what we're coming in with it. And then on Wednesday, you have to make, well, you don't have to. Wednesday, the doors are open to make reconciliation, all right? Now, by Friday, Saturday, let's just say the weekend, okay? The Shaman of Courage is showing up. So a lot of times when we have to forgive people, it's really difficult. Well, for me, I don't just go around saying, I'm super excited to forgive this person who hurt me so bad. It's hard, guys, and it takes courage. But this is fear and faith harnessing itself. So which will you choose, my friend? Do you see his hands? Like, he's got them out. Like, do you want the right hand or do you want the left hand? And then it has like another hand in the back. It's almost like, pick a hand, baby. This is using and harnessing the inner resources we never even knew we had. That little bit of strength that you have down in that core spot of yourself, it's wanting to come out, okay? So this is finding the courage to move forward and transforming fear into power. So a lot of the times when I'm talking about fear, I like to express that fear and faith come from the same place, the unknown. So it is your choice, my friend, whether you want to dance with the devil with the blue dress and have fear, or you want to move ahead and transcend and say, you know what? Great things can happen. I'm going to be positive about the situation. You know, I'm not saying be blind to the truth, but I'm saying to harness the faith-based energy as opposed to that lower fear-based energy. Because when you're vibrating in a fear-based energy, you're going to attract more fear and more lower vibrations, okay? We want to be like the Beach Boys. We want to get the high vibrations, the good vibrations. All right, so these are the spirits that are going to be walking with us. So we have the Ancestor of Knowing, as well as the Dancer of Reconciliation and the Shaman of Courage, okay? And I find that very interesting that we have all three of these, and it's almost for us to be brave enough to say you're sorry or accept an apology and give the opportunity for the healing to begin, okay? Now, another thing that I do on Instagram is I pull, as well as with these, I will pull, I lost my train of thought. Oracle, not the Oracle. Chihuahuas, I can't think. The Rune oracles, okay? And so let me get these out. So this is Monday, midweek, and then the weekend. Okay, so on Monday, guys, we have Sowilu. Okay, this is all about joy. So maybe we're getting information that's going to make us happy, information that's going to make us feel good. And Sowilu is about the sun. Okay, this is about you getting in the sun, getting the information that you need, finding your balance, victory, baby, good health, good fortune, happiness, good things are coming out. Okay, and you're getting information, and maybe it doesn't feel very good information, but it's information that's going to bring healing. This means victorious. This is a time of good fortune. Okay, you're ready to light the way. And that's what the owl is bringing you, an illumination to light the way, okay? And it's a very happy rune, okay? It's about representing strength. And how fitting, you're getting information that's going to bring on the strength. Okay, for the Dancer of Reconciliation, we drew Jibo. And if I'm saying these wrong, I'm sorry. And X marks the spot, my friend. maybe you're going to reconcile with an X. I'm just kidding. I don't know. So Jibo is all about good fortune also. This is success, union, okay? This is a reconciliation. So Jibo can also mean friendships. It can mean a union, a pact, emotional relationships. And it can also represent marriage. So maybe some marriages are going to be getting some healing this week. Or it may just mean that you and your business partner are going to hit it off, and then all the other things around you, because it's by Sowilu, it means that it's going to be a positive reconciliation, okay? Now, if Sowilu would have been reversed, there would have been some egos involved. But we got the positive. So the spiritual meaning behind Jibo is that of karma and inner equilibrium. So you're going to be balanced. So I'm getting balance and then balance. And what's so interesting about Jibo is I see it as a crossroads. And I see like the X marks the spot, almost like when you go to get your treasure, you know, like the treasure maps, and they're like, oh, the X gets your treasure. I feel like this reconciliation is a gift. It's for you to understand that there's a give and a take in this relationship. And it takes two to tango, my friend. It takes two to make it work. And in other words, it's going to be harmonious, but you have to agree to be harmonious, okay? Now, over the Shaman of Courage, I got Othello, or Thela. And this one did come out reversed, okay? And this is about facing up to responsibilities. And maybe we have to face up to those responsibilities, and that's why we need some courage. And not to accept too much help from people, but to understand that, hey, you are strong enough to do this by yourself. You are strong enough to share your wealth. You're not going to waste this gift of reconciliation. You're going to move forward with Othela, and your home is going to be a better place. And just because it's reversed, guys, doesn't mean that it's negative. All right? It's just saying that, hey, we need to face these responsibilities and we need to move to the next level. Okay, so on to the Native Spirit deck by Denise Linn. We have on Monday on how to work with this information. Let's see what we got. Here we got Monday, walking in beauty. Okay, we got our knowledge on Monday. Oh, 2 cards fell out. And we're going to go with them. Midweek, Okay. Let's say this is Thursday. Let's go for the weekend. And then the overall energy, let's get a bum ba-dum 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 bum bum bum. I need some shuffling music. Like the Family Feud music. No, that's The Price is Right. Yeah, I don't even know if y'all saw that card just like fly over. Oh, geez, smudging ceremony. Gosh, dog it, we got to clean, guys. So on Monday, we're going to be walking in that beauty. We're going to be getting that information, and we're going to be okay with it. It's not going to be detrimental. It's not going to hurt our spirits. This is about radiant beauty surrounding you. Did you know, baby, you are so beautiful inside and out? That's what this card is telling you. No matter what your age, no matter what your size, no matter what your weight, boo, you are walking grace and beauty, and you deserve to have the sun shine on you. Hello, Soilu. Can I get a Soilu? All right. Whenever you can spend time in natural wild spaces, do it, baby. All right. Get outside, get in the sun, and enjoy yourself. And that's Soilu, okay? So when we are in the right relationship, you notice how I say right, oh, you can't see my air quotes, right relationship with the natural world around us, we are walking in beauty, okay? So don't put yourself or others down. Instead, affirm your beauty and take time to adorn your body and personal space. Walk in nature, inhale the beauty, and be beautiful, my friend, because you are inside and out. And you're receiving illumination, you're receiving knowledge. And you know what? You know what might need to die? That negative aspect of, oh, I would be so much better if I was this size. Or, oh, I would look so much better if I lost 20, 30 pounds. I always say 20 or 30. I don't know why. Because that's my dream goal, I guess. But I probably would be like a stick if I did that. Anyways, the thing is, we always try to say, I would do this if I had that. But this is about saying, I am who I am. I'm beautiful inside and out. And I'm going to embrace who I am and embrace this knowledge that's coming in, because I'm going to enjoy my life. Okay, so now we got the tribal dancer coming in. I'm going to say midweek. We're about to go hit up that tribal dancer. And I hope you guys are celebrating stuff, okay? This is Tribal Spirit Dancer. Let's go. Say yes to life. All right. Dance to your heart's desire. Tune into the rhythm of life and laugh. Explore and go beyond predictable behavior. Sometimes life is messy and chaotic, and that's okay. So leave the dishes, run outside in the sprinklers. And you don't have to tell me twice to leave the dishes. That's the one thing I hate to do. So this is about choosing your life on your own terms. And remember, we're working with reconciliation. So maybe it's deciding, you know what? We may not need to be together forever, but we need to reconcile this relationship. We need to move beyond. But you have to go on your own terms. Don't go on someone else's terms. Clear out the emotional clutter and move beyond those situations that you've outgrown. Don't accept the rules you've placed on yourself or that others have placed on you. This is your time. Don't delay listening to the rhythm of your heart and following your dreams, okay? So that's basically what's going to, when you're looking about this reconciliation, you need to keep in mind that what's the best for you? How is it best for you to be in this relationship? What is the best way to harness that energy, okay? And then we move right into storyteller, which is pretty fitting because we're trying to figure out if we want to stay in this relationship. But remember, it's a gift. It is a gift. So storyteller is all about being in control of how we tell the story, how much power we give ourselves, and how much power we give the other person. Okay, so the storyteller to me is one of my favorite cards because it makes me think personally, what am I giving power and strength to over my life? Am I disempowering myself or am I empowering myself? And it says, live larger than life. Okay, I'm just like in my head, I have that Ricky Martin song, The Goal of Life. Ole, ole, ole. And like, I feel like we're all running through like with our hands in the air, little, what is that? Like when you get in the little line and you dance, I don't know, the cha-cha, not the cha-cha slide, but something where you go around and you're dancing and everyone's like in a line. It's a protesian all the way through and it's great. And this is all about us being strong and giving our personal story the empowering meanings. During this reconciliation time, ask yourself, what were the best parts of that relationship? What did you learn from that relationship? Because it couldn't have all been bad, guys. Even in my worst relationships, I can still find some good aspects. And I have had some really bad ones. However, like even out of my darkest time with one person who I still love that person because they've given me a beautiful child, out of that darkest time, I met somebody who accepted me for who I was. We could not make it work. However, the nightmares that happen, I still have beautiful memories of it. And it's what we choose to give power to. It doesn't make the story change. It doesn't change the outcome, but it's what I choose to look at. And that's what it's telling you to do. Don't look at always the aspects that take your power. Look at what gives you power, gives you confidence. What did you learn about yourself during that time? Did you see how strong you really were? Did you see what you would take, what you would stand for? Those kinds of things. Give your power story, okay? Now, by the end of the week, we're moving into the Shaman of Courage, and we're dealing with some home stuff, remember? We're having to deal with responsibilities and taking responsibilities. It's the great mystery. And I just feel like whenever I see the word mystery, I think of, I'm crazy, y'all. I think of Scooby-Doo in the Mystery Van. I don't know why. Anyways, this is talking about have faith. You gotta have faith. Faith. What is that George Michael song? You're gonna have to have some faith, baby. You're gonna have to put your glasses on, your old tattered up jeans, and you're gonna have to let go of that fear. And that's exactly what the Shaman of Courage is talking about. I love when the cards line up. I love when they make sense like this. So anyways, have faith and know that you are divinely guided, even when you have doubts. So you just push those doubts to the side and focus, because you're going to be storytelling. You're going to remember your strengths. You're going to be dancing with your booty out, having a great time, dancing through all of this reconciliation. And then you're going to get to here and you're going to have the strength to conquer this great mystery. Okay? Trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Believe, believe, baby. You're planted your seeds and now you allow your creator to do the rest. So you have reconciled, you have made a peace. You're okay with it. Everything's going to be all right. You've got to have that faith to trust that your creator is going to move it to the next level, okay? If you've had any reoccurring challenges, okay, turn them over to the creator. Not my will, baby, but your will be done. All right. And you have to trust. You have to change. You can't change everything, but you can trust that your creator or that your God is going to change those things. And it can happen in a heartbeat. But some things require time. You've planted the seeds. Now give them time to grow. Listen to this part. Please be patient. Excuse me, guys. Please be patient. That's the part I struggle with. I'm like, come on, grow, baby. Come on, grow. So, and now that it will happen, and know that it will happen, whatever receives your care and attention is going to flourish. Now, that's the important part. Whether it be the negative aspect or the positive aspect, whatever you're focused on, that's going to get the energy, and that's going to cultivate the seeds that are going to grow. And you want the forgiveness to grow. You want this new relationship to grow. You want this new partnership, this new union, even if this new relationship is with yourself. Okay? Forgive yourself, trust that it's going to work, and focus on your empowering moments. Now, to end it all, we got to clean. Okay? And I know smudging ceremony came up for another sign this week. So if you received this card twice, I'm going to tell you, go get some sage and go get the Psalms and start praying, okay? And release. So let go of the past, guys. That has been a lot of what's going on, is letting go of the past. So this week is going to be a week where you're going to get illumination with the ancestor of knowing. So Lou is coming in your life, okay? You are going to dance with forgiveness, and you are going to let it lead the dance, okay? You're not going to try to lead forgiveness. You're going to let forgiveness lead the dance when you're dancing with reconciliation. And you're allowing Jibo to bring the X marks the spot, the gift, okay? And then you're going to allow it to just manifest with the Shaman of Courage. And that's going to make Othila just flourish. It's going to make it flip upright. It's going to make your home better. And when I say home, it can be your body and it can be your home. Okay, release what doesn't support you in your life. Cleanse your body and your environment by doing space clearing, okay? So that's all about using that smoke to clear the air, okay? And if you're allergic to smoke, you can use essential oils to in the steamer thing, whatever. I don't know what my mom gave me, but I love my essential oils. and I use the sage, and I use the palo santo, and I pray, and I cleanse. But a lot of times, guys, it's about praying and cleansing and believing, okay? Sometimes we can just say it and we don't believe it. But this says, using the smoke of incense or sage, cup your hands in the smoke and wash over the top of your head, saying, I think clearly. Then cup the smoke for your eyes and say that I may see the truth. Next, bring the smoke to your throat area, saying that I may speak the truth. And finally, move the smoke over your heart, that my heart may be open to the truth. All right, if you have any questions about smudging or purifying, I'm happy to answer those emails or those questions. No problem. And there's other people who also have great knowledge of this stuff, because I've been reading some of the comments, and so I appreciate that, because it is true. When you smudge, guys, can't be smudging with fear. You got to smudge with that faith that place is going to be clean from the rooter to the tutor. That is going to be clean from up to the bottom, okay? So cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Purify your heart and be open this week to forgive yourself and forgive others, and have courage, because you were made to do great things. And this week, guys, as we're moving closer to the end of the year, we've got to start clearing out our energy, and we got to be ready to receive what's coming in for us. We all want new things. We all want the better, but we got to get rid of the things that no longer serve us and help us. Also, rosemary tea, I learned this from a friend. If you're trying to ground yourself right now, do a series of 10 baths with sea salt. Put the water in, put the sea salt in, bless your water. Sit in that water for 15 to 30 minutes. Let the water run over you. If you can put fresh rosemary in the bathtub, even better. And then when you're done, watch the water go down the drain and say to yourself any prayer that goes around the fact that is, as the water runs down the drain, so does this problem. I am being cleansed. I'm being purified. Come on out, dry yourself up, drink you some rosemary tea, sit down, relax, do some meditation if you like, read something that feeds your spirit, and get some rest, okay? Because you, my friend, are preparing yourself for some great work, because you are a healer, you are a lover, and you are a gift from your creator to this universe. So please don't stop using your gifts, okay? Much love, guys. Hope you enjoyed this read. I love doing these things. Check me out on Instagram. I will be doing a pick a card, any card, more than likely on Monday or Wednesday, similar to what I did right now. Also, I appreciate all your likes, shares, and subscribes. If you'd like a reading, feel free to contact me. And sorry if your video reads are late. The caterpillar got me, guys. The poisonous caterpillar. I'm healing, though. I'm healing. I'm getting better. And today's like a really good day because I've had no Benadryl. So I'm back to myself again. Big hugs and lots of love. And I pray blessings and joy on your life.